Hey, so I kind of went back and forth on whether I wanted to make this video or not, and I kind of got to the point where I just said, screw it, I'm gonna make it. So this video essentially is going to be the Fatal Frame Maiden of Black Water remaster, and how it is going to once again be released digitally across Western territories. And of course, if you're in the Asian regions, you're good to go. You'll get a physical release. But as far as everyone else, you're stuck with the digital releases. And I have some thoughts on this I would like to share. If you're new here, I would like to say welcome. And also, by the way, if you have not watched a single anime review, this is probably the first time you've seen me in front of the camera. And if that's the case, hey. If you are new here, I cover anime and video game related news. I do reviews on anime series. I do reviews on video games. And, I'm not going to waste your time. Let's just jump right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am Ryofu, and you are watching The Gaming Harbinger. So as most of you are aware that are at least somewhat familiar with my content, Fatal Frame Maiden of Black Water originally released on the Wii U in 2014. This game obviously didn't get much shine, very niche, in combination with it being a Fatal Frame game, but not only that, mainly because it was on the Wii U. So come on, it was just destined for not so much success. Nearly 7 years later, think about that, we are finally getting a remaster and a couple of other bells and whistles, a couple of other additional content being added into the game, which is nice, of course. But more importantly, it is going to be released across all platforms, everywhere. And of course, unfortunately, it sounds like it's going to be the same as the previous release, which was digital only in the West, and then a few limited releases in the East, and that's pretty much it. Now, let's just cut to the chase. The whole purpose of this video is for me to tell you this, and I want to be very specific here who exactly I'm talking to. If you're a person that you haven't invested in the Fatal Frame series and you might, you might check it out or not, I'm not talking to you. This isn't related to you, so I think you should check it out when you check it out. I'm talking to a certain crowd, a specific group of people, and those people are the ones that are really big fans of the game, the ones that are collectors. And believe me, I am also someone that the digital frontier, I have dragged my feet all the way through this experience, and I've slowly accumulated, digital releases over time, but I still like having a collection, and it's okay. That's fine to feel that way. But I want to say something. We are at a tipping point with this series. It's do or die. I'm not trying to be corny or melodramatic, but I am being serious in that this is the point where if you want the series to succeed, if you want it to continue forward, this is what you have to do. You have to support this release. So I know you want the physical version, so I have a suggestion for that. So what you can do is go to playasia.com, and you can pre-order right now, upon the release of this video anyways, you can pre-order a physical version on PlayAsia. From what I've seen, you can pre-order the PlayStation 5 version, you can pre-order the Nintendo Switch version, I believe PlayStation 4 version also, but I don't believe, and this is for obvious reasons, the Xbox or Series X versions, you're pretty much stuck with digital. Now, if you're that dude, if you're that gal that wants to stick it to the man, this will be your means of doing that, while at the same time showing you want the game, you want to support it, but you're going to buy the physical version that is not in your region. And that is your choice. I'm not really here to debate on that, but to flat out not purchase it. And like I said, by the way, if you don't purchase it because you don't really care for this particular game, that's fine too. I'm not going to debate that on whether this is the best Fatal Frame or whatever. But if your talking point is, well, I will buy it when it's physical again, and hopefully me not buying it physical convinces them they need to do a physical release because the digital releases will sell poorly and that'll convince them. That's not how business works. I mean, it's quite a juvenile concept to really believe that you not supporting the game will allow them to try again and try again until they appease the fans. It doesn't work that way. The simple fact that there hasn't been a game in 7 years is also telling. If you want there to be another Fatal Frame game or a second Fatal Frame game after this, this is the way you do it. You buy the digital game, or you buy the Play Asia version. Whatever you want to do, your choice, pick your poison. But that is the way that we continue on with the series. You choosing not to support this release because there's just flat out not a physical release in your territory. If you're okay with this series ending here, then I can't say anything to that. If you're just one of those people that, well, it just needs to end here then. But if you really, and I know some of you really do want the series to continue, you want there to be more games, you want this release to do well, then just support it. If you want them to continue to make more, we have to support that. We have to show them that there is interest, that there is still an audience for this. This is a niche series. You know, you not buying it is not going to change their mind and say, you know what, this didn't sell well because there wasn't a physical release. So I know we lost money, but we need to do that thing again and then we'll get it right next time. That's not going to happen. There won't be a next time. I purchased the Wii U version and I enjoyed it. I've said it a million times already that this is probably the prettiest Fatal Frame game. It's not the best one, but it is the prettiest one. I still think it has a hell of an opening. I still think it has a decent story. It doesn't have the strongest story in the series, but it's a decent game. It's a decent Fatal Frame game. Fatal Frame is one of the few series where I really believe, I would say also as well as Silent Hill, those two series are the two that if there is a time for a reboot, now is the time for a reboot. All these other series have rebooted multiple times over, but Fatal Frame and Silent Hill, they should get a facelift. They should change things up, do some drastic measures, and just shake up everything. So if the first one were to ever get a remake, they, like I said, they don't even have to think about the story and everything. They just remake it from the ground up, make it so much prettier. That would be so awesome. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, give it a thumbs up. Let me know where you stand in the comment section. It's totally cool if you don't agree with me. It's all good. I still would like to hear what you have to say, especially if you are a fan of the series. If you are not a fan of the series, whether you decide to buy it in a sale or you decide to take the plunge, I appreciate the support regardless. This is more for the people that, like I said, they really feel like they gotta take a stand, so to speak.